And we got the extended thermal lances, as I predicted, going down for Zephos. That is going to make him a monster in the next few engagements, because there is really no counter on the board for Colossus right now. Because with those extended thermal lances, they will outrange everything, particularly with some good force field placement on behalf of the sentries. Oh, looks like we've got some shenanigans going on down here. These several pylons for slaughter. He's probably going to do a proxy push. Although I don't see that going anywhere, because as you can see, this wall off is pretty substantial. And oh, he's just going to photon cannon it up. If he had placed this pylon a little closer and managed to spot the high ground, he might have been able to pull some surprises on Zephos, but no. And plus this army here, I mean, it's pretty much, Zephos is pretty safe. Chrono boosting out that Colossus and wisely picking up the Observer, even though there is not a Ghost Academy on the way for either player. Looks like we're seeing a push. He's going to be in for a nasty surprise, though, as this army is pretty substantial, and he will not be able to push through this, I don't think. Although these Immortals do look pretty scary. He might be able to do some damage. Just buckling in here, picking up a bunch of static defense, committing a lot of minerals to that. I'm not sure if that's the best choice. But Zephos is looking remarkably strong for somebody who lost their partner. That extended thermal lances is going to finish, and that Protoss ground weapons is also going to be almost complete. We get stim coming down, and armor, and a command center. Looks like the Terran player is finally expoing. Yep, that expo kind of forced out of position by those supply depots, but whatever. So the Terran player probably needs to diversify, though, because this Marine and Marauder army is going to be very vulnerable to the Colossus. We should see a factory or a Stargate or something come down, because the Colossus are a very strong counter. But we see a couple of mules going down. The Terran player has a lot of just a lot of Marines and a lot of Marauders. We got a major contingent over here. This is a pretty scary looking force, but Zephos has a pretty scary looking force of his own, complete with these two Colossus, and he is getting more. Zephos actually supply blocked, almost building these 4 pylons right here. He is going to get a 200-200 army and probably make a push at this army here. And if he can come out on top, which I think he might, this could be a remarkably different game with if this army goes down. If either army goes down, really. And we've got the Protoss ground armor coming down, and the Twilight Council. About time. We're gonna probably get Blink. Zephos likes those Blink stalkers. Stim almost finished, and the infantry armor almost finished. We got Hallucination coming for the Protoss player, and we have an engagement. Force fields going down. The Colossus extended thermal lances ripping through the back ranks, and these stalkers are doing damage on both sides, but these Colossus have taken no damage, and they are just ripping and tearing through the enemy army. Those Immortals looking kind of scary, though. They should probably do something about those. And more Marauders coming in from the back. Marauders are really good against these Stalkers. With them in the back, the Zealots cannot tear them apart, and these Guardian Shields are going to prevent some. 2 Colossus are about to go down. That Colossus sticks around, able to continue to inflict damage with those thermal lances. This is a remarkably even engagement, but it looks like with those static defenses and the Stalkers, all of the Colossus are down. This is huge for the two-man team, but these Stalkers are going to be able to hold the line, it looks like, especially with the help of these static defenses and that extra. That was huge. Zephos holding the line. Unable to pursue because of those static defenses, but that was enormous victory for Zephos, able to continue. We take a look at the units lost tab. He has lost 79 units, but that is just... overall, he has done remarkably well. 98 units lost for the Terran player and 46 units lost for the Protoss player, but that is 66,000 resources, and 100 resources, excuse me, 5,900 for the other player. So overall, Zephos has come out on top in this game, and his macro is in full swing. If we look at the income tab, yeah, I need to learn these hotkeys. Zephos has 1,500 minerals per minute. That is enormous. 700 gas. He is able to do whatever he wants. And we got charge coming in for these Zealots. That'll be great for handling those Marauders, and we should probably... wouldn't be surprised if there's the Templar Archives, been looking for that. But Zephos with almost 2,000 minerals per second, that is double the income of both players combined on the other team. That is, Zephos is playing for 2 players. He is, finally, we see this factory going down. It's about time, because he is going to need, he realizes he needs something other than just Marines and Marauders if he wants to deal with those Colossi. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a starport come down after this. Yes, there is the starport. Very late in the game, but he might still be able to make something happen with it. And we got extended thermal lances for Slaughter. Looks like he is going to go Colossi as well. And Protoss ground armor level 2. We got level armor level 2 on both sides, and Psystorm researching. We're going to see some Templar action on behalf of Zephos, and these Colossi are going to harass these photon cannons and finally take out those static defenses. And this game is swiftly turning in Zephos' favor. The longer this game goes on, the more clear it is that the combined efforts of these 2 players is not enough to stop this guy, because with his macro game going on and the Templars on the way and the Colossi, he is going to be unstoppable in just a little bit, and the Terran player and the other Protoss are going to have to scrape something together if they want even a hope of taking down this monster. We've got Armory coming down, probably going to see Thors, although I don't know if that's the best choice right now. And we've got Colossi on the way for Slaughter, and Marines and Marauders and a reactor on the way, but the Terran player has a lot of minerals saved up. He needs to be spending these because he is so behind that he needs to be spending all of this money at once. Slaughter has a lot of extra gas. He should do something with that. Like, make sentries if you have to. Do something with that gas. There we see a bunch of stalkers warping in. That's good, but this mineral patch is completely mined out. Slaughter down to 1 base. He needs to expand down here, or maybe take this one here, because Zephos with 3 bases, this one finally mined out, but these 2 bases here and all the minerals he has saved up, actually he's taken his former partner's main base. He has 4 bases in total, and he is just out macroing his opponents so hard. And we're seeing the amulet upgrade, Terran infantry level 2. We got metavacs for the Protoss player, but we are going to see a push now. This massive force with several Colossi. That is a lot of Colossi, folks. We got Zephos taking the high yield. I guess that's what he came out here to do, and he is so overpowered right now. He has 4,000 minerals and 1,500 gas. He is able to do whatever he wants, and this match is we're going to see this engagement, but these Colossi are just going to shred through the opponent army. The stalkers going down, that one lone Colossus trying its best, but it is not going to be able to do anything. These medevacs trying to heal, but whatever. It's so useless. It's all useless. These Colossi, these stalkers, are going to rip and tear through this opponent and begin destroying this wall off. And no matter what the opposing team does, this is just it. They might as well GG now. This was a remarkable comeback on behalf of Zephos. Good work. And coming back from behind with losing your partner early on, Zephos rubbing it in there, rushing is no good, because as he was able to macro in and just build up a massive economy and destroy these players. And he is completely right. They had no follow-up to that rush. The Terran player completely stuck on those barracks units, and the Protoss player never went beyond Immortals, and yeah, they did give you forever, and that is the point. That is why you lost. You did not follow up that rush, and honestly, Zephos just outplayed them, to be perfectly frank. He macroed well. He was able to stick around and hold off that initial rush, and teched up to exactly what he needed. These Colossi are a hard counter to gateway units and to Terran barracks units, and the Protoss and the Terran player never went. If he should have gone for that factory and picked up some siege tanks, or some sort of maybe gone to the starport and gone for some Vikings to counter the Colossi, and done some earlier medevacs. I don't know, but they certainly should have done something else, because that was no good. Zephos just ripping through their everything. Slaughter had finally started to take this expo, but it is useless. I don't know why they haven't just surrendered, because this game is over. And the Terran player just chilling up here. Zephos hasn't even gone after him yet, but this is so done. Zephos with 6,500 minerals, folks. And this, I'm just going to fast forward through this because this is just nonsense. This game is over. But man, what an entertaining comeback. Some sloppy play on behalf of the Team 2, the Protoss and Terran team, but still no taking away that excellent comeback on behalf of Zephos with the now he has 10,000 minerals almost by the end. He completely held off that push and just did exactly what he needed to do to stay in this game, and that is why he is the victor. So, I am just going to, you know, stop now because this is embarrassing and I don't want to embarrass these players anymore. So, thank you very much for watching my cast. I hope you enjoyed it at least a little bit. I hope I didn't bore you completely, but, hey, I mean, what can I tell you? This was my first cast, I guess my virgin cast, you could say, so you guys took my cast virginity. I hope you enjoyed it. That's an honor. That will never happen again. So, looks like the Terran player is actually trying to rebuild over here. Sorry, buddy. It's not going to happen. So, I guess, well, thank you very much. I hope to do some more casts in the future, and hope you guys will listen to them, because I find this kind of fun. So, thanks. This is ShiroKaisen, signing off. Or however you're supposed to end these.